CTF going from Dallas, then New Orleans. I wasn't there, but it kind of all collapsed for them. I think, you know, a negative win-to-loss ratio on CTF. Let's see how they start things off here as we return to London Docks.
And we've had just some crazy starts to London Docks. I feel like in the opening 60 seconds, there's usually a score of some sort. Whoever's able to go in here and get like kind of 2 down immediately just seems to... a little bit long range there, Tommy, but Zuma not able to finish it. Will ultimately get gunned, but this actually appears to be one of those games that may not open with a very quick score, as some slow-paced openings. Let's see who can get the edge here early, as Prisa tries to play top middle, but Felony now the one pushing up the map. He's got a one-on-one there with Zuma.
Good start for Fellow. Has injured Zuma even more so.
How many shots he's got to put in Zuma right now?
I like this from Bance, because what he can do now is just play it slow. It's all about the kill feed. As a player like Bance right now, he's watching that kill feed and just seeing if his teammates can pick up kills.
Well, Bance in behind. Let's see how he opts to play this one. Just waiting here very sneakily, because they're getting pushed on the other end. I'll tell you what, we're about to have a crazy sequence of events. It was FaZe who just fired back to tie this series up at 1-1. They're very close to getting a touch here. Let's toss it to a FaZe listening.
Yeah, pull it. Yo, watch the cut. Watch middle cut.
Tom, yeah, I don't see anything.
I'm coming back.
I'm coming back. No, beer. Alright, back up here, back up here, back up.
I got middle.
They're the only call.
I got middle.
Look at Cole. That's one right. They're definitely left.
Alright, I'm watching
They
underground.
could be underground. Yeah, pick up Cole.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Have him call. Yo, I'm on your water steps, Tommy.
I got one. No one back fire. Mad cat. Yo, Cole. Man's one shot, Cole. He's pushing right now. To the yellow barrels. Big kill. Tommy, Mad cat.
Mad cat was in fire.
Alright, Mad cat was in fire. I'll pick up Cole. Alright, big kills here, boys. Let's get it. Yeah, fire weak. Mad cat, AR. He's just holding it. What's gonna cut? He's coming back to fire. Come back to fire.
Yeah, I was one shot. Nice, let's do that. Looking for Tommy and Bance.
I spawned underground. I think he might be docked. Yeah, I don't know where he went. I'm holding 10. I don't see 10. Yeah, one's at fire. He pushed out Bance. He pushed out statue.
I'm going beer.
He's middle statue. Grab beer. Yo, Tommy's dead. That's him. That's
two.
One's gonna be in fire.
Pushing through beer to middle.
Yep.
Are we in fire control?
I don't see fire yet. Nah.
Got him middle.
Nice, that's 3. I threw a nade on the wrap. I'm going crane here. I don't see him in the base. I'm pulling. I have crane. Yo, water. I got that guy. He's chasing dead. Yo, they're gonna try to nade me.
Stun him.
I have your back. Go on middle cut. Yo, crane right now. He's chasing water. Crane.
Doc, tell me, it's Bance docks. Bance is docks. Yeah, just stay up middle, guys. Get kills for us.
Get kill beer. Let's go.
Bance, give me water steps for 10.
Train.
2-0 edge for a FaZe. The comm seem on point. What'd you like about that, Momo?
Honestly, I just like the way they were tracking things. They were saying individual names. They were saying where and when. Just communicating very well, whether it's just telling a team player to fall back, watch a certain area. It's on point for FaZe right now. And I'm glad we got to jump on board with them at that given time. They seem to be running away with it. And another 4 down position. So return from replays, and they're going to go again.
Now they're starting to push up. One-on-one here. Bance got into a position before attach was ready for him, and Bance just melts too here as he's trying to push out of fire. Knows he has one more mid-cut, forces him right into Tommy, and just like that, from 4 down for Splyce, they're about to put maybe FaZe Clan on their back foot. Bance just soaring forward. Tommy inside. Tommy does catch one, maybe trade it out, but they actually couldn't trade it very quickly. This might allow Bance to get into a nice spot here.
Bance does have Fellow with him as well, but he's revealed his location. Fellow goes down, and now Bance in a world of trouble. Can he find a second? Yes, he can. And there is only one player alive right now, and that's Priestry's middle map. Backtracking 2 barrels, but I think this is a wise play from Bance. He's on streaks. He doesn't want to go for a risky play. If he can get streaks here, this can change the game. Maybe put himself in a favorable position. Currently 2-0 down. 1-1 in the series, of course. And this is Bance's chance.
He's so close to these streaks. You know, Mad Cat's here. He wants to go. Cover Mad Cat if he can. Can't win the gunfight, though, and Mad Cat doesn't get away. That's just a tough spot. I think he needed to be in a better position to cover Mad Cat when he first peeked out, maybe to try and help him a little bit there with one of those gunfights. But also trying to play for the streaks, right?
Really difficult here for Splyce. 35 seconds left. I think FaZe will just be happy going into this the half with a 2-0 lead. And it doesn't look like it's changing here. Tommy finding a nice double in fire there as we're going to see attach push forward. That flag didn't get returned, so maybe he can get away with this. Not going to happen.
Yeah, Attachment had to win two crazy fights there. Really a 1-on-2 in the back to maybe get a touch. This should be it. Unless Felony can somehow kill the entire FaZe side coming off a spawn. That's not going to happen either. Like you said, should be a 2-0 half here for FaZe. And let's take a look at the scoreboard. Anything that really stands out there. It looked like everyone was sitting kind of around even. Like no one having kind of a monster game or taking over. Just a pretty balanced effort from both sides. Just obviously a little bit of an edge here to FaZe as they're going to enjoy a 2-0 advantage. I don't think they got any streaks throughout that though. We can check as we get into it.
I don't think there's any streaks. If there are, we will double check here. But CTF so far so good for FaZe, and this is kind of giving us almost flashbacks of that Dallas performance. We actually see replays in Zuma, -1 and -2, but Priester and Attach, a couple positive. Like you said, nothing crazy here. It's just the situational plays.
And nothing really standing out too much. Couple kill advantage for FaZe, but I think it's mostly probably where they're finding these kills is going to be the big difference. Vance, can he take over though? As I say that, he's on the receiving end of Attach. Attach does get a couple of kills before ultimately falling. And now we're going to basically restart here.
And the reality is here, FaZe don't need to be super aggressive. They can wait almost till they get 2 down, 3 down, and then they can start to push into barrels around the back through Cole. A very defensive setup here. However, Splyce looking to punish, and now number 5 is Bance. He's going to be pushing forward. He has the support of Fellow. Stun grenades coming in.
If he knew that stun was going to hit, Bance probably could have got in and grabbed the flag. Because that stun completely slowed down Zoom. You don't have anybody with armored here. Nothing they could have done, and now things starting to fall apart. I don't know if that stun was from Mad Cat down from water. Or sorry, Mad Cat's in mid. Whoever was down at water was that Fellow maybe that could have got the stun in. But they do get it out. The patience pays off. They wait for 2 more teammates here. And this is absolutely going to be a score. You've got no streaks to work with that we've seen from FaZe. And just like that, Splyce right back into things.
Yeah, and we saw obviously FaZe get 2 flags in succession pretty quickly here. And that's what can happen. If you get control of fire, you can really pin back the opposing team. And Splyce a great job. However, 4 down now, and FaZe will form an attack of their own. Tommy's the first one up and trying to get that grenade off as soon as possible. This is difficult, especially with PPSH. Those long-range gunfights.
You can see everyone from FaZe was sort of waiting for a moment. They waited for those grenades to be tossed off a spawn, and then they started to push in and collapse. Tommy by himself, nothing he can do at all. Flag is out, and as quickly as Splyce answered, or as quickly as they scored, FaZe have answered.
Yeah, and Replay still locking things down here. 2 more kills as he does go down to Madcat.
But that was really impressive from FaZe. They got the 4 down, and they didn't just fly in, right? You just saw them kind of wait right outside the perimeter where those nades were going to come into Beer and into lower docks. And as soon as they started to get tossed out, just collapsed. Impressive stuff from FaZe.
2 flag lead right now, only 2.5 minutes before we will pull this game. And again, the kill feed all red. Will Priester be able to get in and out? It looks like he's going for it. The spawns are going to come in very soon, and just as he does, he's away in barrels. 3 players from Splyce spawn up. It is only number 7 he really needs to worry about, and that's Madcat, and he's down. The nade does come in to pause that flag right in the middle of statue, but look at Zuma and Attach. A clean wipeout, and we're going to see FaZe with number 4.
Yeah. There was 1 player from Splyce that could maybe make a play. Unfortunately for him, there were 3 from FaZe Clan stacked around kind of mid-docks, mid-statue, and mid-cut. Just nothing they can do, and now, yeah, finally some streaks to work with here from FaZe, and now we're seeing glimmers of that FaZe team that dominated CTF at Dallas.
Yep, and 5-1 this will be. 4 down, another maybe 2 seconds. And there we go, a couple of players spawning up from Splyce, and with the time that you've got left here, the streaks that are in play, this is a map that Splyce need to forget about here. This is not what you expect, and Splyce now fighting from their own base.
They've been fighting from their own base for a couple of minutes now. This has been tough to watch. This FaZe completely took over. It's right after Splyce got that score, it's been all FaZe since. Just right back to what we saw in the first half, if not worse, to be honest. Hey, Madcat, when you're playing out of that back room, it's not a good situation.
Blind bombs coming in, score streaks galore here. Not necessarily needed at this point, but with 60 seconds left on the clock, Splyce trying to get maybe a consolation flag here. Bance has it in his hands. 2 of his teammates are going to go down. And he himself will just leave Tommy in a 1v1. Is he going to challenge the flag? I think at this point you kind of have to.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, And that just kind of summarizes Splyce's CTF right there.
Some more streaks in. Fellow might have a chance to get the return. He actually does make the play. Not that it matters a whole lot, but he does have a nice play there. Side of fire to get a return and a couple of kills.
And all for this, all these last kind of 60, 90 seconds here for FaZe, it is just that confidence boost going into that next respawn. It's a huge, huge series for them. They've, of course, got a United left to end the night. We've got a series in between that, but right now, FaZe, they're going to end CTF with a 5-1 victory, a dominating performance, and they're going to be 2-1 up in the series. A lot of people will be shocked at this result, Maven.
Yeah, at the same time, you know, it's I think it was Joe that was saying yesterday, you know, if you have a guy come in and fill in like this, it's maybe a little bit easier to kind of slot in and hard point, a little bit more difficult when you talk about search and destroy and CTF. Yeah.